In the 2022 NSAA State Wrestling Tournament, 14 champions were crowned in Class C. While each championship is special, one stands at the top of the podium. In a nightcap to remember, St. Paul Jr. Quade Peterson pinned senior Peyton Christensen of Superior late in the third period. While it's easy to see Peterson is 40 pounds underweight when standing next to his competitor, that isn't what sets him apart at the top of the podium. Until this year, Peterson has never set foot on a high school mat.
I started wrestling when I was 4, and when I was younger, I wrestled for a lot of different teams around where I grew up, and just wherever I could find a team to wrestle for that weekend is who I wrestled for. My freshman year, I trained for football season during the winter. My sophomore year, I played basketball because I broke my shoulder end of my freshman year. And then I decided to go back to wrestling because I've always wrestled. That's just what I've enjoyed going throughout my childhood.
So Quade Peterson's sophomore year, he decided to go out for basketball. He had a shoulder injury, and I think that was partially the reason he went out for basketball. But his junior year, he came out to us, and he was all in, and he came to camp with us at Malcolm, and the rest was history with that.
Peterson stated that at the beginning of the season, he didn't even think qualifying for state was realistic. He wanted to win a few matches and compete.
This year I wrestled in the Class C 285-pound weight class, and most weeks I weighed in about 45 pounds underweight, which is giving up a lot of weight with those big guys, but feeling that accomplishment at the end of the year, winning that entire weight bracket, it was great to know that all that hard work and getting beat up wasn't for nothing.
Quade Peterson at the beginning of the year, he would always be in matches and be winning matches, and then he would find ways to lose matches. He would be up big by 5 or 8 points, and then he would end up losing those matches, and then when it came to the state tournament and at the end of the year, he started figuring it out and came together for him. My goals for Quade this year were for him to even qualify for state at the beginning of the year. He came to camp with us and he did a lot of good things, but he still made those same mistakes. And then as the year went on, he started fixing those mistakes. We were hard on him, but he was very coachable throughout the whole process. And then when we got to the state tournament, we knew he had a good chance to medal. We had the Fairbury kid who we beat at districts, and then the state champ, the returning state champ, actually got upset in the final, so that made our path a little easier for us.
To be a state champion, it feels great. We've got a great program. For just bringing home a medal for St. Paul, show how we work every day, work hard to finish that tournament. And when that final whistle blew, it was amazing to hear the crowd, to hear all the fans. It felt good to finally be able to finish the year on a good note.
Peterson's story reminds people to face their fears. Try something new. That something new could put you on top of the podium.